The President, Mr. Neelkanthappa sir, to come on stage. Yes, sir. And Vice President Ravi sir. Myself Satish, I am the Secretary. Lomesh is the Treasurer, and Megha is the Joint Secretary. So we'll get started. If anyone else is there outside, Swami, you please ask them to come inside. We'll get started. So as I told earlier, because the quorum thing we kind of moved it by 15 minutes, we will continue with the AGM for now. To begin with, first one is the national anthem. So I request all of you to kindly stand up. जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे. Thank you everyone. So we'll begin with, let's say, just like the last time, again a new photo of the college. That is the change. So that will make us all happy. So that is the first one that we are doing. Welcome everyone to the third annual general body meeting of the UVCE Graduates Association. So, you would have seen the notice, but what I will do is, before even the notice, we will go with the obituary. So I'll just read out the names first. Then, let's say this is the names that we have been able to get from the different batches on the WhatsApp group or through email. If you have missed someone, please let us know. We'll include it, let's say, when publishing the report. So, Brigadier HR Gopal, 1946 batch, Ramaya, 1955 batch, VP Mahendra, 1966 batch, Dr. A. Narsimurthy, 72 batch, Ullas Ekmote, 72 batch, Ramurthy, 73 batch, Dr. N. Kannan, 76 batch, CG Kumar, 76, Venkatesh R, 87, Narendra from 87, Mukunda, 87 batch, Shvetadri Srinivasan, 87 batch, GS Parajyoti, and Professor Neelu Gul, chemistry professor. So, okay, just make so there are a couple of corrections about the batch. We will just get that and send over to Wilfred, mathematics professor. So what I request is, let's say, to stand up for a minute and let's say observe the silence for the department sounds. Thank you. First one is the AGM notice. So I'll just read out the notice quickly. The third annual general body meeting of UVCE Graduates Association will be held on Sunday, 18 June at 11 a.m. Venue KEB Engineers Association. Agenda is welcome. Condolence for the departed souls. Reading of the meeting notice. Proceedings of a second AGM. Report of the working of association for the year 22-23. Audited financial report, statement of accounts for the year 22-23, plan for the current year 23-24, annual budget for the year 23-24. Any other subject with the permission of the chair, vote of thanks. And if you see the note also, I'll just quickly go through that. General meeting is open for UVCE AGM members only. We'll have the membership drive also from 10:30 onwards. If there is a shortfall of quorum, a 15-minute break will be taken and the meeting will be resumed thereafter. If there are any queries, we had requested the members to send the queries before 8th of June. And if there is any changes in the email ID or contacts, or if you are not receiving any updates, etc., please let us know. We will update it accordingly. So, yeah, next one. The proceedings of the previous AGM, I'll just quickly go through this. The second annual general body meeting of UVCE AGM was successfully organized on July 10, 22 at KEB Engineers Association Hall. Around 60 alumni members from various batches attended the AGM. Proceedings of the AGM, based on the presentation of Secretary about annual report for 21-22, Arvind Kumar from 1970 batch proposed to accept the Secretary's annual report and Vivekanand from 1984 batch seconded it. Next, on behalf of the Treasurer, the Secretary mentioned about the finance-related information in the report, income and expenses, receipts and payments, balance sheet, and the auditor report. NG Suresh from 1971 questioned about the large amount of cash in hand mentioned in the details. The Secretary clarified that we had initiated receiving the donations towards scholarships in March. Satisfied with the clarification, Shrikant from 93 batch proposed to approve the financial details and the reports. NG Suresh from 71 batch seconded it. Moving forward, the Secretary presented the budget for the coming year 22-23. Some queries regarding the donations from alumni were raised, that is increasing from 15 lakhs to 40 lakhs. The Secretary replied that we are confident on the generous nature of the alumni and that it is a conservative number and it is expected to be much more. Dr. M.S. Suresh from 71 batch proposed to approve the budget. Kishore Kumar from 1981 batch and Kupuswamy from 75 batch seconded it. There was a request from a couple of members that a comparative budget of the previous year and the current year should be provided, which will be easier to refer. Approval of the auditor. Prasanna Adiga and his fees for the year 22-23 was proposed by the Secretary and passed unanimously by the general body. The Secretary presented the plan for the coming year and the activities planned were listed to the attendees and their support was requested to build the alumni community. A special mention for the UVCEGA funding pledge drive was made by the Secretary. Since UVCE will be an autonomous institution and the dependency on the government has been reduced in the long run, the alumni will need to provide more support. Proceedings of the previous SGM. So just like today, we also had the AGM and SGM together on the same day. Three things were mainly discussed. Going forward, the hybrid model of meetings will be adopted, both online and offline. For AGM and SGM, the attendance will be considered from both modes. Also, an additional clause that any changes to the bylaw which has elections related or finance related amendments will need approval of the 3/4 majority of the members present. Currently, for any amendment, 2/3 majority of the members present at the meeting is sufficient. This point was accepted by the general body. From upcoming AGMs, the annual report will be furnished in the soft copy format only. This is for the Go Green motto and eco-friendly nature. In the due course of time, we would like to remove the clause saying the AGM notice should be published in the newspapers. The special general body approved this subject to the condition of legal compliance. With many alumni being present in USA, we wish to start an exclusive chapter of UVCEGA in USA as well. Since as per the bylaw it has to be approved by the general body, we requested the general body to agree on it. There were suggestions to check with the foreign laws and also call it as Overseas Association with HQ in USA. Later, the returning officer Dr. Anandram KS from 1964 batch was invited to the stage to announce about the elections. He mentioned about the calendar of events and nominations received and scrutinized accordingly. And then the secretary announced that we have 15-20 minutes for the open forum to the members. to ask any queries and discuss. So this will be the similar flow this time also. We'll have the AGM. The idea is to, like say, wrap it up by around 12:30 and then open it up for SGM for half an hour, and then immediately we will have an open house. Any queries, anything related to the college, alumni activities and etc. We will have it in the last 15-20 minutes, and then we'll have the lunch. So with this we will start, like I said, this year's AGM. Yeah. So these are the plans and realizations. So what we want to kind of say is what is that we had told last time and what have been able to achieve. So membership drive to be the primary focus and try to double at the earliest. Though not double, we have added around 400 new members. So currently as we speak today, we have around 1,350 members in the website. We have updated, like say, until last week, whatever was there, everything is updated in the website, so anyone can go and check it out there. The second point was continue Sampada and UVCE Chronicles and improve UVCEGA website along with the UVCE Samparka app. Sampada and Chronicles were continued, so if you see Sampada is being continued every month without a miss, and the new episodes of Chronicles every, like say, 2 weeks to 3 weeks once we have been continuously releasing it. The website and Samparka app, we are working on that. The idea was just before the AGM we wanted to kind of launch the new website, but due to some technical issues we were not able to close it. The idea is in next month or so we will definitely update that. Along with the Samparka app also. I will update about that, but just one line or 2 line update about it is the students who are part of Marvel, the Samparka app is like say part of their project. So 3 or 4 students have volunteered and we are working with them to get the mobile app, whatever the new features are required in the app, we are working with them on that. So continue monthly meetings open for all the alumni. So you would have, some of you might have joined the monthly meetings already. So we have done it like say almost every month apart from 1 month or 2 months where there were events on the same kind of a day. Otherwise we have continued the monthly meetings and we have kept it open for any alumni, whoever is interested. Then drive the UVCEGA scholarships initiative and take it up 1 notch by gathering more on the endowment funds. This is something that needs some more work, and but yeah, UVCEGA scholarships happened in a pretty good way. We will be providing the details in part of the report. Then focus on sustaining and developing the Marvel lab. So we have continued the work. Around 10 lakhs has been spent in total so far. Organize at least 3 or more reunions for the golden, silver and decade celebration batches. So in the last year, 1972, 97 and 2012 batch reunions were organized with the support of UVC Graduates Association. And this year, 1973, we just done it a few days back. 98, the discussion is on and we have finalized the date very recently. 2013, again we are talking to them. We will be executing it as part of this year. Focus on supporting students and alumni with career opportunities and higher studies. So we have started something, a new initiative called as Unnati, an online sessions for the higher education abroad or in India. Around three sessions were done in a span of around 4 months. We have also helped with the placement. Help with the placements in campus. So around 5 companies have visited the campus through the alumni contacts itself. We have also, like I said, the other plan was to involve more student alumni coordinators and familiarize them with the college legacy. So we have identified a couple of student alumni coordinators and they are actively involved. You can see that in the various events that you have been, let's say, part of the college. It might be the 5K run, it might be the reunions. You can always see the student coordinators are actively involved in it. Yeah, so the next one was we also had proposed an idea of UVC meet and greet, the unofficial or informal kind of an event that we wanted to do. We have started that, and before this report was sent, we had done 2 editions of the meet and greet, and then the 3rd edition was also done. Lalbagh we had done where around, the reports are there in the report, I will go through that. Organized UVC Samilana for Engineers Day celebration. So it was conducted successfully with around 70 plus people participating in it. Organize a get-together event in USA and try to build a community of UVCEGA there with the help of alumni. A small reunion of around 10 alumni was done, and a WhatsApp group is also created with around 35 to 40 people in US. We just started that. Have a fundraising or a pledge drive for supporting UVCE once it becomes autonomous. So work is in progress, we'll talk about that. And implement few short-term suggestions from the autonomous think tanks. That is also work is in progress. So autonomous think tanks were something that we had, let's say, formed 3 different think tanks. One related to the industry and academia, one related to research and development, and one related to the funding and branding of UVCE. So there were suggestions given short term and long term. So we have identified that in the last year. So some of the initiatives, whatever we started, is all part of the short term goals actually. Yeah. So of course, as we mentioned earlier, most of you would have got the soft copy. Even let's say through the QR code scan, you can check it out. But for the benefit of, because not many people will be, let's say, comfortable accessing it on the phone, you can definitely check it out in the leisure time. But the major points, the highlights of the report is all put up here. What I am going to do is I will quickly go through, and wherever some additional points are there mentioned, I will just mention it. So the first one being the membership drive. We have crossed 1,300 milestones recently. The membership drive has been the focus in order to grow the community. Thanks to the support from Electrical Department ex-chairman Dr. T.S. Prasanna, we have around 83 members from 2020 batch. The next 2 slots are batch of 1971 and 1990, with each contributing to around 73 registered members. So, Prasanna sir has been very instrumental. What he has done is, whenever the students, the recent pass outs, they come for any kind of letter, certificate, or anything related to that in the college, he mentions saying that please be part of the association, and that is the reason why we have got this. We are trying to make sure that more, let's say, other department faculty and HODs are also requested accordingly in this. So the other one that we wanted to do, and we have kind of started with that, is we are planning to identify batch coordinators. That is at least 3 to 4 batch coordinators. So during the reunions also it helps basically, and even for the membership. So that they can get actively involved. That is the idea of the batch coordinators. So our motto still continues the same. Each one bring one. So if you see today we have around 1,300 members. So even if each one of us can get one additional member, it will be immediately be double, and we will be crossing around 2,600. So that is the request. Yeah. So the next one is important, Marble R&D Lab. If you can, like say, just check it out. What we had done was initiative to create a platform for the UVC students to explore a niche area apart from the academics, understand the real world problems, innovate and find solutions. So we had mentioned it last year, if you remember, that we had inaugurated it 2 years back, that is on September 15th, 2021. A 3-phase plan of Marble's expansion was created to begin with, majorly from the 1963-64 batch. We have, until now, we have spent around 11 lakhs towards the development of Marble Lab. So on the right hand side, you can see what are all the major things. We have put a very high level description of that. Computers and peripherals, advanced, like say higher end of the computers is what we have gone with. We have 4 computers now. We have different electronic components worth of around 1.4 lakhs, which the students use it for their projects or let's say competitions, etc. Oscilloscope and other tools, we have 1. Robotic arm, drone and planes, etc. Around worth of around 40,000. 3D printer, we have 2 3D printers now, worth of around 85,000. Learning kits and teaching aids around 1.6 lakh. This is because we have formed kits for each of the different tasks. So we kind of spend regularly on that and get whenever the students suggest they need something else, we get that. Then the UPS system, UPS is like say we have the entire lab with the UPS there, which is around 90,000. The computer desks and chair, we have around 15 chairs and desks, which is around 45,000 plus. consumables and any other event for towards that, whatever has been spent is around 45,000. So together, if you put around 10.55 lakhs during, like say, when the report was done, after that it has been like say 1.5 months now, another 30 to 35,000 has been spent on top of that. So where we are now is the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, whatever we had planned, we have kind of reached that. Now, what is the next step is what we are looking into. Yeah. So before we tell what is the next plan, also we wanted to highlight how many students have benefited out of this. Because that is something that every alumni would want to know. When let's say contribution towards the Marvel lab is done, how many students are taking the benefit. So if you see what we have done is we have done level 1, level 2 and level 3. There are 3 levels to the students being part of this. So what we kind of have done is every batch, they have to go through level 1. And if they complete it, then they can go to the level 2. The tasks and the small projects, etc., are identified accordingly. So batch 1, they are almost completing the level 2 now. There were around 29 students who were admitted for batch 1, out of which 16 students have qualified. They have got the certificates, and it is uniquely identifiable certificates as well. Batch 2, they just started level 2. Around 31 students had admitted and 18 students have been they have completed level 1. So the batch 3, they have started like say just level 1 now. Around 41 students were admitted. The students, they are not yet completely qualified. The 35 students out of 41, they are active, they are regular, and the work is going on. Apart from all of this, we also have an open learners program, which is the syllabus, the projects is open for everyone. Anyone in the college can access it on the website. They can see that and they can do it on their own. They don't need to depend only on Marvel. Or if they find it interesting, they can aim to become part of Marvel in the next year. That is the plan. Yeah, around 76 students have applied for that. Yeah, go ahead. So the next one is the Honorable Chairman of the Board of Governors of UVCE, Shri Muthuraman sir, gave a surprise visit to Marvel with the principal and all special duty officer on October 2022. He told the students present that this is how the engineering colleges should be. He was delighted to know about the domains and how the lab is a student-run initiative. On learning that the activities at Marvel are extracurricular, he suggested that this must be indeed a part of the syllabus, of the regular syllabus of the college. So this is one of the, like say, testimonial that we have received, that whatever the investment or whatever the support that the alumni is providing for the students is welcomed by the college as well. Then we have many alumni who have visited the lab during their, like say, reunion or meetups and etc. They have offered the help in the form of guidance and technical support. One of the major thing is Dr. V.K. Atre sir, when he gave the lecture, he also visited the lab and he had some insightful discussion with the students. So Marvel is like say happening in the way, it is a very in the very beginning stages, but what we have based on all of these things, we can say proudly that it is going in the right direction. So the next one in the Marvel only is the project track. So there are different projects. The students are working on the projects as well. The humanoid arm. The aviation group at Marvel has created multiple drones and planes. A team from Marvel was also able to secure a funding of around 2 lakhs from the Cisco Incubator for the one of their projects that they had submitted for the Cisco competition. The mobile app development, as I mentioned, that is in progress, along with around another 4 to 5 projects. Different projects, the students have themselves submitted that, and they are continuing with the projects there. Then there is also competition track, which is when the students want to go and participate in some competition. Marvel will support them in the form of whatever the equipment or the lab necessities are there. So recently, 2 of the things that I can say is in BMS, that is after the report was sent, not in BMS, which was the college? RV is this one, previous to that. CMRIT.
Yeah.
Okay, one of the colleges, the students had gone and they have won a second prize there. And even just last week, they had gone to RV for a hackathon competition, and even in that, they have won the prize there. So there are multiple college events that they have done. Workshops have been conducted and seminars and field visits. Recently, 3-4 of the companies and the institutions where some kind of a collaboration can happen for the long run has been also taken up. So, yeah, the next one is the Entrepreneurs and Innovators Group. UVCE Entrepreneurs Group, Graduates Association of UVCE and NITK Alumni Association, Bangalore chapter, are starting a joint platform called as WINIT, a business collaboration platform for entrepreneurs of NITK and UVCE. The first collaborating meeting was scheduled on November 13th at Beehive Workspace. There are, like say, one speaker from the NITK and one speaker from our own college. Umareddy Madam spoke during that event. Around 15 to 20 of the alumni participated in it. Even, like say, the students who are part of the entrepreneurship cell and the faculty coordinator, KEB Engineers who is here with us today, they also participated in it. So the idea is to take it forward. We have some plans for the entrepreneurs group as well. So we will be mentioning it in the coming slides. Yeah. So the next one is Samilana. Some of you participated in Samilana also. Just a highlight is on September 24th. Samilana is generally how, like say, what we celebrate the Engineers Day as. So the event was very simple and focused on building the alumni community. We had 3 guest speakers on that day. P. Sadashiv Rao sir from 1961 batch, who was a project director at ISRO. Professor Gopal Krishnan from 83 batch. He's a professor at IISc Aerospace Department. Prakash Bedwadi, again from 83 batch, media personality and actor. So around 75 people attended the event, and like say, successfully we have been organizing Samilana on a yearly basis. The next one is meet and greet. As we mentioned, meet and greet is nothing official. It is very, very informal. Again, we want to do it at different parts of Bangalore, so that people who stay nearby in that particular area can come and kind of meet or know that okay, this person also stays nearby. So that will help in connecting the alumni. So what we did was, the first event was on 4th December with around 40 UVCians at the Lal Bagh. The second event was on 7th January, a visit to Vishweshwaraya Industrial and Technical Museum. Around 35 plus students, alumni participated. The third event, as I mentioned, 15th April, a visit to the JP campus, both the civil and architecture departments. Around 10 to 12 students participated in that. So these are the 3 things that we have done. We will be organizing it in different locations of Bangalore just to make sure that the alumni can connect. That is the overall idea. There is nothing formal or official kind of a discussion that happens during these events. The next one is synchro session. This we started a new initiative again for alumni to deliver both online and offline sessions, including, like say, if they can help us with any of the field visit for the students. And the first one that we started off for the electrical batch, thanks to G. Narayan Swami sir from 69 batch for, like say, taking it up, and he kind of conducted 4 sessions. 3 were, like say, in the college, and 1 field visit to the Anandra Circle substation also. The students kind of really enjoyed it, and they kind of took it in a very positive manner. The next one is the 5K run. So, as you all know, this was one of the biggest events that we did in the past 3 years. We had around more than 1,000 plus participants for the 5K run. It was organized on March 5th. The plan was from the college to Kabul Park and back to the college. And we had some kind of refreshments in the college organized also. In overall, it was very well received. We had, like say, great participation from the students as well as from the alumni. Around 600 plus students and 400 to 450 plus alumni participated in that. So a couple of the things that I just took it up from whatever the feedback that we got, so that everyone who missed the event should not feel bad, but they feel that okay, next time onwards we should join the such events. That is why I just took a couple of the testimonials. Arun from 99 batch says, congratulations to the entire team on conducting a highly successful event today. The arrangements was thorough, the food was great, the t-shirt and souvenirs were awesome, everything was spot on. Thanks for bringing all of us together. We had a great time. It was a memorable event. Suresh NG from 71 batch, so the entire volunteer team of UVCEGA, I would like to say this. Thank you very much for organizing the 5K run/walk today. We all enjoyed the event a lot. The event was very well organized, and I congratulate the team for successfully organizing the memorable event with more than 1,000 participants. Well done, keep it up. You are all doing a noble service for the development of the college. God bless you all. So, we had received, let's say, multiple testimonials. We have put it in Sampada. You can please go through that, so that will motivate a little bit more from the next time onwards for all of you to be part of such events. That is the whole idea. So, yeah, the first and the foremost thing that I should have done, but I kept it at the last, is because first what the participants felt, and now thanks to the sponsors and people for all kind of support. So if you see, all the sponsors here that we have mentioned are all, like say, from the UVC alumni itself. The title sponsor, Chara Technologies, the co-sponsors, AMS India, the associate sponsors, InstaBuy Computers, Numosity, De facto Robotics and Automation, 71 batch Golden Jubilee team batch, and the 95 electrical, they also supported us. And the snacks partners were Britannia Treat, the aqua partners Kimley, the merch partners Creativo, and the health partners were Manipal Hospitals. So a big round of thanks to all of these people who have supported us for the event. So if you see what we have done, a quick glance of what was the income and expense at a very high level. Sponsorships worth of around 2.75 lakhs, well-wishers 91,600, and registrations around 4,30,000. Expenses, t-shirts, medals, goodies, etc., whatever was given to the participants, around 4,77,000. Logistics, 56,260. Catering, breakfast, etc. is around 1,17,200. The miscellaneous expenses around 8,300. So the total income was around 7,96,600. Total expense were 6,58,778. So the balance is around 1,37,822. So this is the amount that we will be using for, like say, the other events and etc. based on whatever the plans are for this year. Yeah. So the next one is the lecture series. So this is one other initiative that we started, a lecture series in the college, to, like say, some of the experienced and most widely well-known alumni to come down and interact with the students, so that they can share their knowledge and experience with them. The inaugural lecture was by Dr. V.K. Atre sir, Padma Vibhushan, former scientific advisor to Defence Minister, Government of India, who is a 1961 batch alumni. It was organized on March 15th. We are proud to have him deliver the inaugural lecture about historical, philosophical and societal perceptions of science and technology. We are also glad to mention that the Honorable Chairman of the Board of Governors, Shri Muthuraman sir, was present during the lecture along with the President, Major General Leetappa sir. So this is the first step. So we will be having more such lectures, and we will, like say, definitely contact you. You can share your thoughts, or if you know someone in your batch who would be interested to join hands, we welcome them. Yeah. The batch reunions, 72 batch, 2012 batch and 97 batch. Those three were conducted successfully. We also had the placement coordinators meet up. All the ex-officers of the placement office were also invited. This helped with the membership drive. Of course, a lot of people became members. And also one of the other things was 97 mechanical batch, after their reunion, they raised around 3 lakh rupees. So what is done with that? We'll come to it. One other thing that we have mentioned is the UVCEGA recognition. So, if you all remember, the 15th September last year, the autonomous status of the college was officially done. What the state government did was, there was a full page government sponsored advertisements on various newspapers. Some of the dailies mentioned some highlights of 100-year-old college and quotes by various alumni, academicians, college authorities and government officials on how the UVC Act was formed and like say how it will be taken forward. But what we wanted to mention here is, we just put one photo here. Like say we had covered it in the website also and etc. You can check it out. That some of the prominent alumni were listed in that. Along with that, Major General Neelkanthappa sir was also mentioned with a note saying he is the president of the association with more than 1,000 plus alumni members. That itself is like a testimony of the work that is doing. So the next one is the scholarships. Again, I think this has been mentioned multiple times, but quickly, this year we had received around 350 plus applications. Around 130 of them were shortlisted for interviews. Even this year we did it via online itself. And around 20 plus alumni joined for the interviews in, like say, 2 people per panel. That is how we generally do it, so that we can take an average of both the people. So we kind of do it in that way. 68 students were finalized. 7 laptops worth of around 20,000 each. 27 full scholarships worth of 15,000 each. 34 half scholarships worth of 10,000 each. So this is this year's number. Now a total budget of 9 lakhs was spent for this scholarship initiative this year. But whatever the number you are seeing below is like say the overall from the past 12 years what has been done from both Vision UVCE, UVCE Graduates Association. Around 12 years, around 619 scholarships, 61 lakhs worth of amount and 417 donors. So this is what has happened. Let's say it started with 9 students, 63,500 rupees was the first year in 2012 when we gave, and now we are talking about around 9 lakhs. So that is the growth that we have had in the scholarship. So couple of photos of this year's event, whatever happened in the college when we distributed. Of course, the photos is just for the memorable part of it, because like say from past 2 years we have been transferring the money through online. The reason I am mentioning it very specifically, I will let you know in the next couple of slides. Yeah. So some of the special mention of the alumni contributions. Srimati G.V. Satyabhama Memorial Scholarship to 1 girl student. Sundarram Reddy Electrical and Electronics Support Scholarship. Around 17 students from Electrical and Electronics branch. Sheena Mori Girl Students Encouragement Scholarship to 4 girl students. 71 batch for contributing 2.4 lakhs. 78 mechanical batch for contributing 1.26 lakhs. 94 electronics batch for contributing 4.57 lakhs. 2009 batch for contributing 1.12 lakhs, and continuing from the last year endowment, 2 of the endowments that we started last year, 92 electronics batch endowment scholarship and 2009 batch endowment scholarship. So that was continued even this year. Along with that, the next one is giving back to UVCE is something that is always important. So from UVCE GA, we have ensured that the request for around 12 set of chairs and tables from the Department of Electronics was taken care. It is the cost is around 75,000. The contribution was from Srikanth of 93 batch. After the 97 batch reunion, few of the mechanical alumni contributed around 3 lakhs. As I mentioned previously during the reunion, the mechanical department requested to use a portion of the funds towards refurbishing the drawing tables. This work was already in progress. That is what we came to know later with the support of 1981 batch. As of now, around 65 to 70 tables were refurbished and fitted with the new drawing boards. This is taken care. And then ADCOM 2022 conference. This was a conference that was organized from between March 9th and 11th at IITB, for which we sponsored from UVCE GA 70 students to attend it in total. UVCEGA funded around 25,000 and Srikanth from 93 batch funded additional 10,000 to sponsor the 70 students to attend both the days of the seminar or the conference. So this is the what we had. And continuing with the other small things, as I mentioned earlier, monthly meetings, the fourth Saturday, again, if someone is not aware, fourth Saturday of every month, we have the online monthly meetings. We keep up, let's say, everyone posted about what is happening in the college, any of the alumni initiatives, and etc., and open up for questions also. We are happy to mention that the 12AB and 80G benefits, provisionally we have already received it. We are in the process of getting the final confirmation. Final confirmation for, let's say, next 2 to 3 years. That is what we are in the work. Like the work is in progress. Yeah. So the next one again, Sampada e-magazine. We have been sending it out from the past 13 years now, every single month. And the 161 first edition of the Sampada, which is mechanical special, we had just started sending it, I think last week. Some of you might have already checked it. That is what we have been doing on the Sampada side. The Chronicles, the online audio podcast, even that from the past 1.5 to 2 years, we have some really wonderful stories from the alumni. If you are interested, I request you to, before you leave today, you can talk to the students. They are the ones who are driving it now. It is in an autopilot mode basically. They know if someone reaches out to them, they set up the questions, they set up the interview slot, either online or even meet them personally. We even have got a small mic in the Marvel lab now, so if someone comes to Marvel, they can record it there itself. So around 35 plus episodes are released online. You can listen to each one of them whenever you are free. Even when you are walking, you can just listen to the podcast and walk around. And it varies from, like say, different domains. That is the most important part. You can hear about space research, performing arts, armed forces, administration, industry and academia, entrepreneurial spirit, all of this. Recently we had Manjunath Prasad sir and Ramesh Arvind speaking about it. We had Muthu Raman sir invited to one of the sessions that has been released. The last one being Govind Lakshman sir, who is from USA, entrepreneur. We have released his podcast. And I think by today or tomorrow the students are also planning to release the next episode from Rupa Pai madam, who is an author. She is a well-known journalist also. So we will be releasing her episode shortly. Yeah. The next one is Unnati. As I mentioned earlier, these are the 4 sessions that have been done. I wanted to highlight this because I just wanted to give a glimpse of what are the kinds of sessions that has happened. Unnati is focused only on higher education, nothing else. Only on higher education, maybe India or abroad. So the first session was MS opportunities in US. The second one was MBA at IIM. 2 of the our own alumni speak during that time. Then the next one was the opportunities abroad for mechanical domain. So one was from Germany and one was from USA. They both spoke. And the IIM one, both of them have completed their IIM. One from IIM Bangalore and one from one more IIM. I don't remember the exact college, but they both are IIM graduates. The fourth one that we did was on distance learning, higher education distance learning. One was MBA and one was MS. So these are the points that we have covered so far. We want to continue it going forward also. So if any of you are interested, or if you know someone who will be able to guide the students, we will be more than happy. All the 4 sessions are available on the YouTube also. We have recorded it, we have made it public so that if someone could not attend on that particular day, we don't want them to miss it. So this is what we have done. The placement support, we have continued to help with the campus recruitment. Of course, there are more alumni who have done it. These are the ones that, like say, we got to know because we gave them the contact of the placement office. But this is not a limited number that we are talking here. There are many more alumni. When they come to the campus, they introduce themselves as UVCEs. So we are not restricting it. These are the 5 that we know. Sanjeev Joshi from Extreme Networks is an alumnus from 95 batch. Naveen M from Target, alumnus of 2004 batch. Tejas Kumar NJ from Palo Alto Networks from 2016 batch. Samiksha Nagaraj and Akshata M from Finflux. both of them are alumni from 2020 batch. So they have all helped in the campus recruitment, and some of the students have got absorbed into their company because of these people's support. So some of the activities of Vision UVCE, the communication wing of UVCEGA. I'll not get into the details, but these are majorly the student-oriented activities that we are doing. So UVCE Matukate, what we generally do is the students meet online or offline, it depends. So we do, let's say, very informal kind of a discussion with the students and etc. Vision UVCE Best Class. This is the 5th iteration of the Best Class competition that we have started. That is going on. It is completed very recently. Some very good response is there from the students for that. UVCE Jatre. Those are the photos. The top 2 photos that you see are from UVCE Jatre. Basically, what we do is Jatre is the place where the new students of the college know about, let's say, what are the different clubs, what are the different groups in the college. So to get them introduced about all of this, there will be some fun activity. Different clubs come together and have some events in the college. We have done that, we have supported it. The Unconference. Again, you would have heard that we have done 2 iterations of Unconference so far. One was the last year monsoon edition and one this year summer edition. So basically the idea is to have it exactly opposite as a conference. There is no fixed agenda, there are no fixed speakers, and there are no fixed audience as such. So this is what we do it in Unconference. We have got a pretty good response even here. We want to take it forward going in the coming days. During the CET admissions, we help the college authorities with the student volunteers there to help with the parents to come and get them admitted, their kids admitted. Because that is one of the biggest challenge in the college. We have been doing it from past 4-5 years, but this year it, let's say, more in an organized way, because the students took up in a better spirit, and they kind of helped us to kind of achieve that. So that the impression is made on the parents. That is the whole idea for the during the CET admissions. The last one is the LinkedIn and social media updates. On LinkedIn, we have around 2,000 plus followers as we speak. All professionals. What we have been doing in LinkedIn is we put up if someone changes a career, someone gets promoted, all those kinds of things also we put it up. Majorly because that will help the current students to connect with them. And we have around 1,300 plus followers on Instagram. So even that is like, say, something that we are continuously following it up on. So yeah, we'll start. So those are the highlights of the report. So what I would request before we move on to the financial report is, of course, if there are any questions, you can ask, like say, after we finish up the entire the AGM proceedings. So please wait for that. We will answer any of the questions. But my request would be, if someone could propose of the report, the Secretary's annual report, and someone could second it. She's right. Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, correct. Mention. If anyone needs, like say, a white sheet or something for noting it down, I had to mention it earlier itself. I missed it out. So if anyone needs, please let us know. We can, like say, get it to you. So for now, can we? Yes. So I request one person to please propose it. Yes, sir. Shashi Kumar from 1980.
Mechanical.
Okay. Yes, sir. NG Suresh. And Narayan. Yeah, thank you for the listening to the entire whatever initiatives has been done. So now we have the audited finance report. I'll ask Lomesh to talk about that. Just one update is the signed copy. The audited report, the certificate is present in part of the report, and even whatever we have taken, we are just trying to blow up as much as possible of switch off. So as much as possible so that all of you can have a look into it. So that is why you will not be able to see the signatures and etc. That is part of the report that we have sent. You can check it out that, like say, everything is duly taken care of, all the legal requirements. But what I will request is, for you to look into this and then we can talk about it.
Yeah, thank you, Sukesh, for all the hard work from reading it out. This gives us a substantial, amount of whatever we have spoke here, right? So that substantiated here is what I can proudly say from the association. So this is the audit report for receipts and payments. As Satish already mentioned, if you open up the report, the detailed report that we have shared, that has the full report of the signed copy from the auditor, the president and the treasurer, which has been assigned by the chartered accountant Prasanna Diga and Associates. So if you see the report, we started with the opening balance of 52,000 to the opening balance is like around 4,82,201 for the year 22-23. So the previous year was 21-22. That was 52,000. The capital income, which is of membership charges, sponsorships and donations and other receipts, which we have received for this financial year 22-23 is 38,83,097 rupees. Okay. The previous year, the same amount was 30,148. The next one is revenue income that we have highlighted for sponsorships, interest on IT and interest on FD. So that will account to 11,55,175 rupees. The total amount is 55,20,473. So the previous financial year, this was 17,71,547. Now coming back to the payments part. Coming to the payments part, it is capital expenditure. We have done around 36,061,871. That is inclusive of the fixed deposits which we have kept for 18,50,000. Then scholarship payment 18,11,871. And the revenue expenses like bank charges, professional charges, that includes the auditor charges. Sponsorship and event expenses. The sponsorship event expenses that includes of all the events that we have done is total of 15,39,939. The closing balance as of now is as of the financial year end on this report is 3,18,663 cash in hand. Cash in hand is nothing as of now, because why it is so much is during that financial closure we had some 10 scholarship amount that were transferred to the students, which was returned back due to the wrong IFSC code. So that was done during the end of March, the previous financial year. So it had come back during the end of March, and also a couple of donors had transferred the amount in the last minute for the previous events that we had done, and also some of the stores. So for that, the cash at hand is higher, as shown. Yeah. So which has been already put in the FD. That will be reported in the next financial report. No, it's in the SBI. Yeah, I mean cash in hand is in the SBI bank. Yes, it's in SBI. Yes, not in hand in the sense, yeah. Okay. Okay. It's in the SBI. Yeah. And even this is already in the FD in the current financial year. I mean, yeah. SBI. Sorry, SBI. So this will be the income and Okay.
If you term as excess of income over expenditure, you have to term it as excess of income over expenditure. What can be done? You are showing the income and expenditure, right? So what is extra is income over expenditure. That is
Okay. No, it is. So fixed. This one, sir. Investments on the right side. So we'll go to that. Yeah, we'll come to them. So now the next slide is income and expenditure. So here revenue expenses, which includes bank charges, professional charges, sponsorship and event expenses, is 15,39,939. That's the expenditure. On the income part, we have received the interest on FD, sponsorships for the events, interest on the IT. So that is, tallied. I think. So, income tax interest that has been shown, so just trying to.
What happens is, when you get a refund,
Income tax refund.
from the income tax. Not a refund.
On the previous refund. On the previous. Okay. So we will change this as interest on TDS refund from the previous financial year. Okay, we have noted this point as well. So this will be termed as interest on the TDS. IT.
It is not as a TDS. It is important.
Yes, sir. Like we have kept it ready today. We will discuss that also. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like, we have formed a different receipt for that already. It's also
July 31st.
I don't know where it's it depends on
Okay, I hope we can move on to the next slide. This is a balance sheet report. So the source of funds, the opening balance 5 lakh, membership fees, and excess of income over expenditure is captured along with the capital fund for scholarships, sponsorships, and labs. Okay, that's 36 lakh 35,980. And now the assets. So we have fixed deposits which we were discussing in the previous slide, right? So all the money, we have 31 lakh 45,000 in the fixed deposits, and the current assets will be TDS receivable, interest receivable, bank balances, and cash in hand. But again, I mean, we have to reterm it as cash in the null. No, I mean.
That is from the 71 batch, whatever we have received the amount, that is only for temporary to keep it from the
For the reunions.
When someone is conducting a community celebration, you all collect the money, it doesn't belong to us, it's a custodian.
More like
Because the amount collected on behalf of, it doesn't belong to us.
these are the for the decade reunions and the other reunions which we have. So any questions around the balance sheet?
We are ready to start if we indicate.
As per me, no problem, no problem.
It's only to make you
Yeah.
understand and correct yourself.
What is TDS receivable? TDS is tax deductible at home, it has been already deducted. Which we are, when we file income tax return, that amount will come back to the refund. Yeah.
Because of the certificates we have.
That's all to the bank will keep on, if I got an FD and all, I'm getting more than a for Indians 10%, for NRIs 20%. So that, when I file the income tax return, we will assessment in PPF here, you know, I'll get that amount back. That's the one, it's doable. Thanks.
Proposed and somebody can propose. Sorry, your good name. Narayan Swami, 69. And community 79. 71. Okay, I think that's it from the so the next one would be the plan for financial year, and we have the budget proposals also.
So for this year, again, the membership drive is the primary focus. We want to build the momentum around that. So, like say, of course, we will need everyone's help with that. We need to make sure that as many people as possible, when we, like say, make them part of it. See, maybe last year when we spoke, it was around 900, but 1000 makes a difference. So we are at 1300 plus now. 2000 will make another big difference. So that number is what we want to focus on. We need all your help with that. The lectures. Yes, sir.
Expected rating.
Okay.
Is it 500 is the actual?
Expenses. Sure, sir. So the next one is the lecture series. We want to make it a quarterly initiative. That is every 3 months once. We want to conduct the lecture. So again, that we will welcome each one of you to kind of share your thoughts, give contacts, and what you want to do, so that we can take it up. The next one is meet and greet. The next one is meet and greet. This again, as we mentioned earlier, it is not any formal function or anything that needs to be done. It can be just a meetup at some coffee shop also. As simple as that. So if you know a place near your, like say wherever you stay, what we can do is we can help coordinate that, make an announcement, and make sure that people who are in and around can come and just have a, like say, half an hour or 1 hour, just a random discussion. Nothing more than that. Okay, so that we want to do. This Samilana for this year also we will continue that. This is something new that we will be starting from this year. We have started one small part of it already. For the scholarship students, we have started the mentorship also. That is 1:1 mentorship. We have identified for 68 students, 68 alumni who will be mentoring them, who will guide them, help, support in whatever way needed. So we have already identified that. That is started. Now the second part of it is we want to do something called as a course or certification support. As you know now, many of the students will be doing an online certification program kind of a thing. It might be from IITs or some MOOC courses is what we call that. It might be at international standard also. We want to support that. There is a plan being put on for that. We will share it. But this is something financial support that we want to do. A rough idea will be something like, if the course is 20,000, just for an example, for a certification, if it is 20,000, initially the student will put 50% and UVCEGA will give 50%. That is 10,000 and 10,000 each. Now the student will be given a timeline of 4 to 5 months time period. They'll have to complete the course within that stipulated time. So if they complete it, then there is, like say, nothing to be done. If they don't complete it within that time, we'll also ask them to refund the amount that the UVCEGA has given them. Or there is a third catch here. That is, if they score anything above 80%, for example, we will put different clauses. If they score above 80%, UVCEGA will also give them the additional 10,000 which they had paid, so that it will become completely free for them. So this is the rough idea that we have. So what we are looking at is making it more formatted, putting, let's say, proper names of which platforms or which MOOC courses will be allowed. Say for example, CAD Center is one. CAD, every civil student that we interview during the scholarship, they say we want to do a CAD course. So we are also looking at how can we help that. So that is the next one that we want to start it from this year. We will continue the scholarship initiative also, but as always the suggestion has been, we will focus on the endowment funds. That is the, let's say, way forward. We will definitely work on that. Work on sustaining and improving the Marvel lab. So this is the, let's say, as we told, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 is done. We want to have another, let's say, 1.5 to 2 years plan, 4, 5 and 6, in which the students will come. They have already prepared a wish list. They are already telling us what is that they are looking at for the next one. Along with that, whatever is needed, we will also kind of pitch in and we will plan the, let's say, 1.5 years next plan. So that Marvel can also plan of, let's say, self-sustaining it also. We will talk about that at the end. The next one is the organizing 3 or more reunions for the gold and silver and decade celebration batches. 73 is already done. So we are working on the 98 batch now and 2013 batch also. 98 batch, we are the date is tentatively, sorry sir. It's okay, sir. So the 98 batch, we are discussing it on July 15th. Tentatively, that is the date. And 2013 batch, that is the decade celebration, we are looking at somewhere around August or September. That date is not yet finalized. Now, we will be continuing the monthly meetings. It will be open for everyone, irrespective of members or non-members, for all the alumni. So, we are looking at continuing the monthly meetings. Yeah, we will be continuing support with the career opportunities and higher studies. The Unnati program will continue. The campus recruitment initiative also will continue. Few more short-term suggestions that were made during the autonomous think tanks committee. Whatever they had given us the points, we will be working on that. We will of course continue Sampada and Chronicles. As planned earlier, the website was to be done by the AGM. Due to various reasons it is not. So we will finish it and that will be made live shortly. We will involve the student alumni coordinators more. These are all the points that you see. Some of the points are repetitions of last year. That is because it should be a continuous effort. That is the cycle that we want to bring in. And we will continue the fundraising and pledge drive. We will talk about it at the end, of course. And we will, let's say, we continue to identify the batch coordinators and any alumni who will be interested to be part of the UVCEGA in any capacity. So we will want to, let's say, even now, let's say after the AGM and SGM during the half an hour, or even after the lunch, you can let us know. We will make notes and we will make the points and we will reach out to you for any initiative that you will be interested in. Okay? So the budget for the 23-24, this is the last time we had got a suggestion. So if you see, we have 3 columns this year. The proposed amount for the 22-23, what was proposed last year, what actually happened, and let's say for the proposed amount for this year. Last year we had not done this. As sir told, let's say we kind of learn from, let's say, whatever is told. So we are kind of learning. So this is something that we have done this time. So the membership fees, the proposed amount was around 4.5 lakh is what we were, because the target was, if you see, double, right? We wanted to achieve the double, but we could not. So that is why we have kept a average out of that. It was 4.5, we reached around 225. So this time we have kept a target of around 3,60,000. So if we are out of the target, 750 target, this time around 400 memberships are done, but new target is around 600 for this year. That is why we have kept this number. And how did we get the 400 memberships? Is again, like I said, majorly because of the reunions and some of the in the department, as I mentioned, electrical department, there was a push. That is why we have got that numbers there. Next one is the donation. We had mentioned around 40 lakh. And the actual amount that we received last year was around 32,91,243. So this year we have kept a little bit higher. 50 lakh is what we have kept the goal as. Okay. Then the bank interest around 1 lakh is what was the proposed amount. We received 75,540. We have already increased the FD also this year. So the proposed amount is 1,40,000 from the interest. Event registration fees, 2 lakhs is what we had proposed, but the actual amount is 11,43,786. What are all the events put together? If you see, 72 reunion, 97 reunion, 2012 reunion, Sammilana, the AGM sponsors, and the 5K run event. All of them put together, it is 11,43,786. But this year it may not be like, again, one more such a big event will happen or not, we have not yet thought it through. That is why we put a conservative proposal of around 5 lakh. That is what we have put. The batch reunion contributions. This is not the registration fees, this is the additional contribution that each batch does. So the proposal for the last year was around 2.5 lakh. We, like say, exceeded the expectations. We have received around 3,60,845. So this time we are proposing another 5 lakh there with couple of the batch reunions happening. The Marvel R&D lab sponsors, though we had proposed around 5 lakh last year, we didn't focus on it last time because Nilkantappa sir also mentioned it that let's finish off whatever we have in the phase 3. Around 11 lakhs is what we had the budget. We closed that. So that is why we didn't raise any funds. Though there were a couple of donors who came forward saying that, oh, we want to help Marvel. We didn't take it last year, but this year we want to kind of look at it because we are done with the amount that we had. So this year we are proposing another 5 lakhs there. So the proposed amount last 22-23 was around 55 lakhs. The actual amount is 50,98,150, which is very fairly to say it is very close, is what I feel. And the proposed amount for this year is 70 lakhs. This is the expected income. Okay.
Suppose you see the average from 55 you could only arrive at 50.
Yes.
Now you are asking for almost 30% more. Are you going to actual lab.
We are ambitious, sir.
This is modern stuff.
Like you to achieve.
We are like to achieve, we are ambitious.
I thought 20% increase would have been better.
We are like you to achieve. We are confident that we will achieve.
We are confident. Membership drive, we want to, what does that mean?
We are not next month, we will be meeting. We are not asking.
At the moment, like sir, as sir said now,
70 lakhs is nothing. But we are not, because we need, why do we need, we have to ask for any money from anyone. We have to specify why we need. So we have kept it, because we want, I'll let you know about it later.
so okay, sir will mention about it anyways. So we'll go to the next one. The expected expenses. So even here, the 22-23 proposed and actual, and this year's proposed amount is there. Scholarship, 10 lakhs is what we had proposed. So here, there is one small catch, as we mentioned last year. We were not able to distribute the scholarship for the previous year also. That is why the entire amount has been carried forward, and we have done it both. That is 22-23 and 21-22. Both the years were given in the financial year basically. We wanted to do it before March last year, but due to various reasons it got postponed to April 15th or 17th is when we gave the last year. This year we closed the entire scholarship process to make sure that it happens before March. That is what we did it. So this year we want to like say propose around 15 lakhs for the scholarships. Along with that, also the post support initiative that I mentioned. So we want to club them together as one scholarship initiative. The R&D lab, the proposed amount was around 7 lakh. We spent 3,49,286, and the proposed one we have for this year 5 lakh. Equipment, software, monthly expenses, and etc. The alumni felicitation one we had proposed around 50,000 last year. We didn't do anything. Even this year we have kept it blank. We can discuss about that based on your inputs. The event expenses, 3,50,000 was the proposal. The actual amount spent was 7,60,064 rupees. This includes all the logistics, food, etc., etc. So this year the proposal is 4 lakhs. Reunion expenses, because if you see the 20,000 also what we had proposed, it will come from the alumni themselves. We will not be spending anything from UVCEGA as such, apart from couple of minor things which can be reused and etc. So we had kept it as 20,000. The actual amount that got spent was around 85,000. So based on our learnings, we have modified it to 1 lakh. The website and others proposed amount was 30,000. But if you see, around 2 lakhs is what we have done. That includes giving back to the college. That is the tables and chairs what we mentioned, or the conference that we mentioned, and etc. So this year we want to increase it to 7 lakhs. Of course, there is a question of what is the need. We will have to address it as we go forward. We don't have the exact requirement from the college, but we still want to kind of keep it aside, at least this much amount for anything that will come up. The Vision UVC activities related expense, around 1 lakh was the proposed amount. We spent around 1 lakh. We spent 1,24,645. This includes the prizes, the certificate for students and volunteers, whatever they have done, all those things. So we have just increased it to 2 lakhs. The miscellaneous 50,000 is what we had proposed. The actual amount is 20,944. So this year we are proposing it is 75,000. Surplus amount, the proposed amount was 32 lakhs. The actual amount that happened is 18,50,000. And this year, that is why we are proposing it as 35,25,000. So this is for the future years. So if you see again, the proposed amount is like say 55 lakhs last year, and the actual amount spent is 53,58,701. So the proposed amount is 70 lakhs. So should we ask for this also? So yeah. So what I yes sir.
we should increase to 70,000? When you're not, whatever the budget is not spent by. So leave it at 50,000. Of course, suppose if you are in the expense increases, you can make it 70,000 next year.
ಅಡಿಷನಲ್ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಈ ಎಕ್ಸಸ್ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ
ಆಗಿ but there is a reason ಅದೇ.
ಏನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು
Amount is not much, I also agree.
I'll have to check it out.
But then, there's no reason for that. Next year.
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್
No, sir, like I'll just mention one small thing. Like say until today, if you see, like say even the miscellaneous whatever we had spent, there is nothing like say spent for the office expense or anything like that. If you see until today.
Paying any rent also.
I get the reason. We are planning to employ apartment work there. When there is trouble till now, we are not paid any source of everything because no rent is being paid because it's known that they are just my house. So we are not spent any money. That's
Very
okay.
well taken off, yes.
ಅಷ್ಟೇ
Why don't we have an office somewhere in the operational?
We are planning that. We have been what a way where we can talk with the college itself. And if you, if someone proposes the budget,
Someone can propose it.
Yes, sir, I propose. Article 172 back.
someone seconds it,
Somsekhar sir.
1980.
There's one more second. Raise it, raise your hand, sir. One more.
Yeah, one more sir, yes please. Look at before we move on, there is one other point as let's say I would want to also propose. I would request all of you also to propose and accept it is the auditor. So if you see, like say the auditor for past 2 years has been the person. The first 1 year we like say he didn't even charge anything for us. He did it for free. The last year, including the 12AB, ATG and etc. everything, a very minimal fee of 20,000 is what he has charged us. So we would want to continue with the same auditor. Prasanna Adiga is the chartered
How
accountant.
much will he charge now?
Hopefully the same thing.
It's okay.
Sir, we have put it in the report. The soft copy we have put it. We have not put it in the presentation slides.
Your chair cannot make provision for audit.
Yes, sir. Okay.
That also you have to make it.
Okay.
No, what I say is.
In the budget. Okay. Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah, it's a peanuts. Don't tell him that.
yeah, I request the name. That this is a college meeting, right? So you guys, I know it's not a problem. That's it. Got it.
Keep him in good humor. Keep him in good humor. So that he doesn't go to beyond.
No, sir. Yes, sir.
This year is okay, but last year is very bad. We asked him to, you are engineer, you don't know, the accountant has to be, time also is not know, no mistakes are there. The words have gone there meaning in account, that is not good. That is good, so you should be that.
Okay, sir.
I have asked you to do.
Okay.
But auditor won't do it, then.
Yeah, sure.
You can invite him for the business meeting.
Yes, sir. Someone can like say propose the auditor. Oh, okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Who? Kamesh, sir. Okay. So we're almost on time. The next one is the UVCE pledge drive that we had. I just mentioned a couple of things so that everyone is aware. Again, this is part of some of the things are similar to what we had mentioned last year also. But from various alumni groups so far, 2.25 crores worth of scholarships alone is distributed in the past 11 to 12 years. Around 1.2 crores worth of infrastructure related work lab equipment have been donated from individual alumni donors, batches or groups. So from UVCEGA, we wanted to provide a platform for this to take it to the next level by the pledge drive. So we kickstarted this last year and there was a pretty good response of around 6 lakhs during the AGM itself. But as sir told, we didn't take it anything much forward because of the first question that will come is why is the fund needed? So we don't have the, let's say, exact answer for that. That is why we didn't pursue it very aggressively. So what we would want to do is definitely, like say, you can also specify if there is any particular choice of yours if you want to, like say, pledge for anything. And it is to make it very clear, the funds, we will not be asking anything to be transferred at the moment. Because we don't have any kind of a plan for what is the requirement in the college as such. So once we know that, we will approach you and it will not again be the funds alone. It can even be, I think someone mentioned it last time also, it can be in, like say, the specific equipment that is needed or anything in kind also can be directly given. So we will arrange for that. This is just the pledge drive. What we have is, like say, after the lunch, we will, like say, we have the forms brought out for the pledge drive. So if anyone is interested, you can just fill it up. We will reach out to you as and when it is required. It is not that anything has to be done right now. So, yes.
2.25 crores of scholarship has been issued on
Yes.
11 lakh crores.
Yes.
Are these scholarships given to those are the alumni? Are they first members of UVCEGA? One. Second thing is, for the scholarship given and they have joined the workforce. And are they in some way given some kind of a pledge to say that they will return this money or help UVCEGA so that they can further fund the scholarship? Is there anything like some sort of obligation created? Just a question I wanted to
Sad
ask.
state of affairs.
Pardon, sir?
Sad state of affairs. Yes.
Okay.
This has been examined. We went into this point, I entirely agree with you. I looked into it, that all these people who have been given this scholarships are here. Have they come and become members? No, that most of them have not become. So, we are now dealing,
I'm only talking in terms of moral obligation.
I entirely agree with you. Before there was to be, I myself personally examined a form, I asked him, because it's the same question. Again, we have gone through it. With the sad state of affairs, now we are going to make them pledge.
Yeah.
Whenever, I told him already, everyone you will become a member when you pass away. Take pledge. And I am also going to write a letter to all the staff who have that with the scholarship did not cause it to become a member. Thinker.
Thank you.
UVC foundation ಕೂಡ ಸಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಹೇಳಿದಾರಲ್ಲ, don't give it as scholarship ಅಂತ. You say that it is an interest free law, then they'll have to return it back. So it is
Because the money has to grow, and you are looking for reasons for growing up, but this is the reason. I mean, it can be made a kind of. It should be next self-sustaining kind of continuation.
Sir, if I may, just one second. I'll just answer the question. Two things there are. 2.25 crores scholarships, what we are saying. It includes, like say, whatever we know. That is, it was earlier Vision UVC, next now it is UVCEGA. It includes UVCE Foundation. It includes the 73 batch related fund, whatever scholarships that they give. Everything put together is what the rough number comes to as 2.25 crores. It might vary. We don't know the exact numbers from everyone. It is based on whatever the information that we had. Now to answer the question of whether people like say come back and give back and etc. The percentage wise, if you ask me, not more than 1.5 or 2%. To be very honest.
We will try and.
No, sir, one second, sir. One second. I'll tell you the major reason for everyone to, because even the question to ask that, I am not very happy about it because the way they are treated in the college. I'll be honest with you, it's an open thing, it is nothing to hide. If for one mass card, if for one degree certificate you are made to roam around the college for 3 months, 4 months, do you really think any of the students want to get associated? I know maybe most of you, like say, would not have experienced it during your time. I agree with that. But today, the way the students are running around for each and every letter, they don't want to be associated in any form with the college. As simple as that. They might have got the help when they were studying, agreed. They are appreciative of it. Today, personally, I have not called many of them, but even then, if I call them, they want to kind of connect some way in whatever way possible. But if anything apart from that related to the college, they don't want to get associated. That is what sir was saying, it is sad state of affairs.
So why can't they have be an agenda?
Hold on.
Poor agenda.
I tell you, I raised some of the serious issues of the students to an email to the Uttaraman, chairman of the board of directors. So I raised this issue to the chairman. I sent an email. Promptly he rang me up and he is addressing all these issues. Now, at least he has made faculties in charge for each sort of a batch and all those things that they should report to him. But still we find that these people are very irresponsible. The college can come to some terms and conditions only when a permanent director is going to sit there. Because this is our observation. The existing people, the faculties, they are not like what we used to have. In our time, any student who went to the faculty, they would go out of the way to help him. Even people have gone and asked, someone has posted somewhere that they will go to the faculty and say that I don't want to go there, I want to go. Even in those cases they have helped. We have so much of respect for the seniors in our college, like we are Narayanan or the principal and all those things. We still have so much of respect for them and then we always look up to them. The faculty were always, even when we went to the education field, the way they looked up to us. But it is not so now. They are indifferent completely. And we try to, simple thing. Someone wants it there, some abroad is there studying, working there and all. They wanted a certificate saying that the teachings in the college was in English. The faculty has refused to give it, saying that university has barred us from issuing the certificate because they want to make money. That is no reason. Can a faculty can say that if a student goes and asks a simple certificate saying that I was educated in this college in English. Is he committing a crime? But they refuse to do it. I spoke to them all. Then he gave me an excuse. No university expects a fee for anything and everything. So we cannot issue it. If we issue it tomorrow, they may question. There is this case there. This kind of a, they don't have moral responsibility. See, they need to be driven with the agenda. Then only it will work. This can only happen with a permanent director. The most unfortunate thing is, since the time that the faculties were brought directly under the vice chancellor, the principal is become incompetent and impotent. That is where the things have gone bad. See, no one is accountable. Because where the vice chancellor got time to control them and to follow, monitor everything. Has he got time to reach faculty to monitor? No. So this is the problem. So we have to bear with it. Yes, the director is going to come, the director has been appointed, but he is still not in a position to attend the office regularly because he has commitments in the Bombay. So his part time, he is coming part here, his part is there. Once he settles down, I am sure that we will take up with him and see that all this is streamlined. The students are. This is one of the reasons after the students who are left in this past now, they are indifferent. They have left the college with a bad taste. Unlike, see, even the gathering you find here, is all the old terminals who come here. Though we have got a large number of youngsters, they are not here. Have you understood? You see the kind of reverence and respect we have for the institution. They don't have. The reason is for the kind of business that they have gone through. Otherwise, they would have been running around and coming here. Do you agree with this, sir?
Why not do the everyday taking? What I was because this amount is there and
We will work out something, see that they are doing home. So we are on the job, we have already done the survey. We are on the job. Okay.
Sir, I'm not talking with respect to the obligation for the college. I'm talking.
This is
with respect to the obligation for UVCEGA, which has funded their education. So with respect to that, you means UVCEGA, we have some kind of a right to ask them. Their alliance or liking, disliking to the college is a different issue. It has to be separated. That's what
So we are, I told you I am addressing it. I told you I am addressing it. I am approaching all the people who have taken these scholarships and left and who are not bothered to become ambassadors. I am addressing that issue. Okay.
I understand. I am only trying to improvise on the situation. Reading the pattern has to be different. Separate out the college and hold on to the UVCEGA, which has really lent in a hand. And you are giving not one room, you are giving a laptop, which is also something meaningful in their lives to proceed further. So when that is the situation, you have a right, or we have a right, to ask them to give something back and at least become UVCEGA members. That's what I am trying to impress upon this audience.
We agree. No question. Yes.
I just want to make a point that students coming out of college, they would be sort of undertaking you take. Undertaking them to become a member, sort of formal undertaking. It's not now subsequently you go to they get a job or they get into so there's no relation between a student going out. Similarly, students guide
We will look into it, whether it is legal or not. Then we'll take it action. Okay. Yeah, I got your point.
Sir, I've got a suggestion. Faculty and the administration not being helpful to the students. That's the main issue here. I remember I was told I couldn't be given the scholarship because I had a shortage of attendance once. Or you have got to go and see the principal. Shivering in my pants, I went to Professor Bjarna's office. The only one time I saw him in his office. Yes, scholarships are not given to students who do not attend the classes regularly. No, sir. I have attended the classes. I did not call the clerk, bring the list, and exchanged the names. He was ticked off and I was given the scholarship. Now, that may not be possible because the principal may not complain, the head of the department may not complain. The suggestion I have got is you have got the forum, the Sampada, the other forums. Open a column there. Difficulties of the students. Put them. If they can be bold enough to give their names, fine. Otherwise, just mention it.
Formally, chairman. He is now appointed all these years. Despite that, we don't see much of change.
Yeah, the same thing. We didn't get the help.
One last question, sir, and then we will just one last question.
ಯಜಮಾನನಿಲ್ಲದ ಮನೆ ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಆಗೋದು ಭಾರಿ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ರು ಫುಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋ ಕಾಲೇಜು ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ನಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಹುಡುಗರು ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಲುಮಿನಿಸು ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಸುಧಾಕರ್ ಅವರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನ್ ಕರಪ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಲ್ಪಟ್ಟೆ. ತುಂಬಾ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್, ಡೈನಾಮಿಕ್ ಸುಧಾಕರ್ ರಾವ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಕೋಲಾರ್ ಅವರು ತಾತನ MLA, ಅವ್ರ ಫಾದರ್ MLA ಅಂತೆ, ಅವರು MLA ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನರಿಗೆ. ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ನ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಾಲೇಜನ್ನು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ರೀತಿ ರನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಸಜೆಷನ್. ಏನೋ ತಪ್ಪು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಿ.
No, I agree with you. They have appointed one of the best persons as the director. See, the selection of the director has been excellent, but unfortunately, he will be available only for the next session full time. After maybe 3 months or 6 months, he had some commitments in the Bombay IIT, where he was working earlier. he had requested them that look at like this, I can't leave it. So they found that he was one of the best chap to fit into this dialysis post. As far as the selection is concerned, it's an excellent selection. Availability, there are several problems which came up. By the virtue of it, the university, it was the higher education ministry decided that let it continue all these issues of the staff being salary being paid, this thing, the pension, all these things were raised by the faculties. But all these things they have said up to this academic year, 2023-24, it will be with the university only. So the entire switching over will take place from April 2024. Till that time, we do not expect much of improvement what we are looking into. We have to bear with it. See, usually last year we thought that everything will become absolutely fine and all. Though they have appointed every members and board of members, but the faculty, they took some time to select the right choice. There's no doubt about it. He's one of the best chaps. Once he gets into the seat, everything will fall into line. This is our confidence. Okay?
Why can't be cured must be endured.
Yes, right.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ನಾನು 1973 ಬ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ 1973 ಬ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಸಿಮ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಬೇರರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಕೊನೆ 3 ಜನ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅವರು ಮೂವರು ಅವರ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರಿಫೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಭಾಕರ್ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಅವರೊಂದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ನಾವು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಆ ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಲಿಗೇಷನ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅವರು ಒಂದೇ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ ಇಂದ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಅನುಭವ ಇದೆ, UVCEGA ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ 73 ಬ್ಯಾಚ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹುಡುಗರಿಗೆ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳೋದು, ಈ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಇದೆ, ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಸಿನಿಮಾ ನೋಡ್ತೀರಾ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಆದಷ್ಟು ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸಕ್ಕೆ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಮನೆಗೆ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗಲಿ. ಆದರೆ ನೀವು ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಮುಗಿಸಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ತಲೆ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ತಲೆ ತಗ್ಗಿಸ್ಬಾರ್ದು, ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೈ ಕೂಲಿಗಳು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ನಾವು ಅದು 25 ವರ್ಷ ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ನಾವು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೇಳಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 6 months ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಏನೋ ಗೋಲ್ಡನ್ ಜೂಬ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ, ಸರ್ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇಂದ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ನಾವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ವಾಲಂಟ್ರಿ ಆಗಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಸಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಂತ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎರಡನೇದಾಗಿದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ರೆಡ್ಡಿ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ ನನಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಓದೇ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್. ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವು ಮ್ಯಾಂಡೇಟರಿ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ GA ಇಂದ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇವರು 80G ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರಿಲೀಫ್, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವು ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದಾಗಿ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಹಾಕೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಆ ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಬಟ್ ಒಂದು ಸಜೆಷನ್ ನಾನು ಆಫೀಸ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದೇನೆಂದ್ರೆ, ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದನ್ನ ಎರಡು ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಮೊದಲು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಬಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಶೂರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಶೇಪ್. ಮೊದಲು ದಿನ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಸಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ವರೆಗೂ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ರೇಟ್ಸ್ನ ಅಥವಾ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟಿನ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಒಳ್ಳೇದು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನೀವೇ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಏನಾದ್ರೆ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಪ್ರೆಮಿಸಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಬಟ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಾಗಲಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹುಡುಗರು, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟಿ, ಅವ್ರು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ನಮ್ಗೇನು ಗೊತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಅದೇ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದಿ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟಿ, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಮ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್. ಅದೊಂದು ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಇದೊಂದನ್ನ ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ.
ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಈಗ ಕಾಲೇಜ್
ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗಲ್ಲ.
ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ.
ಈಗ ನಾನು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ KEB ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅಂತ
UVC ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಆಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಕೂಡ UVC ನಲ್ಲಿ 95 to 99 BE ಮಾಡಿದೆ, 2002 ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಈಗ PhD ನ IIT ರೂರ್ಕಿಯಿಂದ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಟಿ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಒಬ್ಬನೇ ಈಗ PhD ಫ್ರಮ್ IIT ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬೀನ್ ಅಸೈನ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಜಾಬ್. ಈಗ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ನೋಡಲ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ UVC ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ. ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಈಗ UVC ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅವಾಗಿಂದ ನಾನು ನೋಡಲ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಆಗಿ ನನಗೆ ಜಾಬ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಮೊನ್ನೆವರೆಗೂ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸು, SC ST ಸೆಲ್ಲು, OBC ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾನೇ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಹುಡುಗರು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಇಡೀ UVC ನಲ್ಲಿ SC ST ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಹಾಕಿದಾರಾ, ಅವ್ರ SSP ID ಇದೆಯಾ, NSP ID ಇದೆಯಾ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಇಂದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಂತ ಎಕ್ಸೆಲ್ ಶೀಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಹಾಕಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರೂಫ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಲೆಟರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೋಮವಾರ ಅಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈಗ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಚ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಡುಗರುಗಳು ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ, ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ನಾನ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನಾನು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಅದು UVC ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ನೋಡಲ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಆಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಕೊಡಿಸೋದು ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಹೌದು, ಅದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಅದೇ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನೇನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಏನು UVC ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಂದ ನಾನು ಡೇಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಂದ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್, ಬಟ್ GA ಇಂದ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ there is no obligation, so they can even refuse to pay back.
We will, if you are not aware of it that you have been appointed as the nodal officers, now that we come to know, we will regulate it through you, no problem. Okay? We will inform you before we dish out any scholarship, so that we get a confirmation. If he is already getting plenty of money somewhere, he will not get. Okay? No, we are not aware of it, now we have said, we will regulate it through you. Okay?
ಸರ್, ಫೀಸ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ UVC ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಫೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಫೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಫೀಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವೇ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಾನು ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. 42,000 ಹುಡುಗರಿಗೆ ಪರ್ ಇಯರ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಂದಾನೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಫೀಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು.
Nodal officer, we are not aware that there is a nodal officer. In fact, we were running around to try and find out what are all these scholarships. You remember? Sridhar?
Yes, yeah.
Last week, I had given a task, I told him,
Let's move on.
find out what are the scholarships being given by the government, the state government and the general government. I quoted the example. Nowadays, every scheduled class scheduled category to get a government of India scholarship.
Yes, sir.
1,000 rupees was more than sufficient for it to pay the fees, to pay the hospital fees and the personal. We would still be the our friend Dattadaya got a merit to the prime minister. Government merit scholarship that was also being given by the government. I wanted to find out. Now Sadiq, all the information are available for Sadiq. We are not going to get it earlier. Now that we approach you, you can talk. Thank you. And we will regulate it through you. Don't worry.
One more advantage you will have is, suppose it will not be a duplicate.
Yes.
Suppose it
No,
is
no,
not
that's what I'm saying. We were not aware of it. Now that we able to know that the nodal officer, who's the nodal officer? Right now, we are the nodal officer. When you change this, we find out who is the nodal officer.
So you are already included, you will not be able to-
Done. Agreed.
UVCEGA will have its own certain amount of classes. They are only in consultation with them.
Sir, I said it will be regulated through that. No
Sir,
problem.
request.
In the interest of time, we still have
Yes, yes,
SGM
yes,
also,
yes.
and it's already 1:00, so we will proceed forward, sir.
So the SGM one, sir, let's say formally the AGM will be closing it.
Yeah. So is there any other point? Yes.
Sir, have they filed the taxes?
Huh?
Has the auditor filed the taxes?
Yes, sir, that is taken.
Okay. Now we'll move forward. Close.
Close.
SGM will finish it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the AGM proceedings are closed. Now we'll start the SGM. So just wanted to make an announcement, that we have a very senior person here come to join us. May I request you, sir, to introduce yourself to all these members. He is from 1957 batch. I wanted all of you to know.
Friends, passed out 1957 batch mechanical engineer, UVCE. I joined LB, retired as chief engineer in 94. So 30 years I retired. And during my period, there was a deputation to UVCE as a staff member of the Department of Mechanical Engineering. And so many students worked, so my students. I remember about 25 to 30 people worked under me and they become retired as chief engineers. And I am proud of my students. One of the students, even Sita Mahindra, was my student. He was now he is the international figure. Person with the computers in University of Florida. There are so many students, they are not taken good positions there. I am very proud of the students. So friends, I just want to say a few words on P.L. Subramanian. P.L. Subramanian sir was my teacher and my boss in KEB. And today you are all sitting in this hall. He is the first president to give this building. You can see his photo there. So I just want to wish him a very, very happy, long life and make his contribution to UVCE. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, for the SGM, let's say majorly it is about the bylaw related changes, whatever is there. I just wanted to make 3 points here. For the SGM part, there are couple of them which we had proposed it last time, it was approved also. But because we had not submitted to the register of societies, we are again, let's say, proposing it this time also, and we will, let's say, run through that. The second few of the changes are from the IT department, income tax department, which they had suggested for us to make, when we had approached them for the ATG and 12AB, they had told that in your bylaws, these are the things that has to be there. So we are adding couple of them, that also. And the last one is 2 or 3 of the changes with the EXICOM committee. Executive committee has already, let's say, looked into it, and we are proposing that. I'll mention that specifically. Yeah. So the SGM notice, I think most of you would have received it. So I'll just run by that. Next one. Go to the next one. Anyway, we are going forward. So the original and modified comparison is what it is. The 6th point in the existing bylaw was the quorum. So this was, like say, proposed last time that the quorum for general meetings and special general body meeting will be 10% of the total members is what we had. We added a point saying with an additional provision that for adjourned meetings, 25 will be the minimum quorum. This was approved last time, as you can see. This was discussed in the first SGM held on 6th November 2021 and was ratified. But it was not updated in the bylaw and submitted to the deputy registrar. So we are getting it ratified again. So hopefully this is fine with everyone. I just need approval. That also we need to. So, yes, sir. So the next one is the 7th, the general body meeting.
25 is not correct. My opinion, minimum 10% is correct.
Sir, that's what, sir. The 1,300 members we have.
Hello.
So Nura
No, I'll tell you the problem. Now, even in Century Club, they have got 6,500 members. Okay. And in the AGM, I've seen several AGMs and all, and SGM, never more than 1,200 people attend. So where will you get them? That means you will never be able to conduct an AGM or an AGM. Now here, if you say 50% means how much?
10% was 130, sir.
130.
10%.
You are seeing in all our drive approaching them several times and now we have only 70 people there.
Or minimum try to make 100 members.
What do we do?
Minimum try to make 100 members. Instead of 25, make it 100.
Can we achieve it?
We cannot achieve.
So at the moment we will, like say, go ahead with 25. Yeah. We will, if sir, if at all in some point of time in another next year, if for the AGM itself, if we have 200 people coming down, we will definitely increase it. There is no question about it at all.
You give us an average what the kind of attendance and then take.
I agree, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So the next one is the. But then, sir, this one I will ask. Yes, sir. The next one is the general body meeting. So we had mentioned it in the previous SGM that the first we have added a new clause there. Annual report to the members. The annual report will be furnished in the soft copy format via emails and WhatsApp. On the day, option to download the soft copy for all the attendees will be provided. This is for Go Green and eco-friendly motto. So this is what we had done. So we want to kind of go ahead. So someone from there. Yeah, all the three soft copy of the annual reports are available right now also in the website. Yes, sir. So someone. Sir, name. So someone, yes, sir. From which 1987. Okay, so the next one is also this is as per the IT department requirements. So I'll just read it once so that everyone is aware. Special general body meeting 8.1. We are adding this new amendments to the bylaws. None of the bylaws herein contained shall be amended except as per the procedure prescribed under the Cooperative Societies Act and rules and approval of the general bodies obtained. The amendment shall not have the effect until approved by the registering authority. A notice of general body meeting shall contain the amendment of bylaws proposed to be placed before the general body. Period of notice shall be as per the period required for calling AGM or SGM as the case may be. No amendments to the bylaws shall be made which may prove to be repugnant to the provisions of the sections 215, 11, 12 and 13 and 80G of the Income Tax Act 1961 as amended from time to time. Further amendments shall be carried out without the prior approval of the Commissioner of the Income Tax. So this is as when we approach for the 80G, this is what they have given the exact content and we want to go ahead with it. Sir.
We have no choice. We have no choice but to do it.
Amendments shall be carried out without the approval of the commissioner. Is it correct or it will not be carried out?
Will not be carried.
Shall not be carried out. Okay, sir.
Shall be there.
Okay. Yes.
Shall not be carried out.
Spelling shall not.
Yeah.
With the 72. Yes. Someone to second it, please. Yes, sir. The same thing continuing this also 8.2 quorum for the amendments of bylaws. What we had done was the bylaws will be amended at SGM only. The executive committee will present the proposed amendment to the general body and then at least 2/3 majority of the members present at the meeting shall approve the proposed amendments. However, for any elections related or finance related amendments, we need 3/4 majority approval. This is the thing that we wanted to introduce. Also, the amendment should not include certain basic structures of the Cooperative Societies Act and Income Tax Act.
3/4 majority means 3/4 of what? Total set of
Present.
3/4 members present. Members present should be there.
Okay, present.
Present.
Yes, sir.
ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ಲಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಎರರ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರ ಬದಲು ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ.
So if I edit now, the presentation will be a problem.
ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸತಿ.
Yes, sir.
Why not be amended in the AGM also? Why only you want to do this?
No, all bylaws
So someone to like say propose, yes, comment. Yeah, Prabhu sir. Yes, sir. So the next one, this is like say as per added for the from the IT department thing only. The funds shall be properly invested in nationalized banks is what we had. So it is being like say it will be changed to the funds shall be properly invested in the scheduled banks or RBI regulated banks. This is the word change there. So, that is what they have told.
I'll tell you. No, it is like for example, NGFC. That is acceptable. Huh? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. What they are asking the income tax department.
As per IT.
I said your provisional sanction has been given for ADP and quality. Now, we have applied for the permanent approval, regular approval. For that, I have found to be with all the presentations. This is the requirement. He said, yes.
As per the IT department's recommendation,
funds shall be properly invested in the scheduled bank or RBI regulated banks. Our addition ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಹೊರತು not to delete nationalized banks. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೆ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ RBI regulated ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅವಾಗ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಹತ್ರ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಪ್ರೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಅದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್. ಈ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ನೀವು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಬೇರೆಗೆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ಖಂಡಿತ ಅದನ್ನ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೋಕ್
If nationalized banks will come under scheduled banks,
They come and
clarify.
what is the meaning of it?
Go with this. Otherwise, they should nationalized banks come and scheduled banks. All are scheduled.
So this one also continuation of the same thing only. The 11 for funds, whatever we are adding the new section altogether. This is, sir, just to add to whatever Vikramappa sir mentioned, the content and everything was given, like say whatever they have sent it across is what we have put. Nothing else has been changed from us. So 11.1 investment of funds. The funds of the society shall be invested in the modes specified under the provisions of section 13(1)(d), RWS 11.5 of the Income Tax Act 1961 as amended from time to time. Accounts and records. The accounts and records shall be maintained in forms prescribed or approved by the registrar regularly. The accounts shall be duly audited by a qualified chartered accountant as per the provision of Cooperative Societies Acts and rules. Every year the accounts shall be closed by 31st March. 11.3 Dividend. The funds and income of the society shall be solely utilized for achievement of the objects of the society, and no payment shall be made to the members by way of profit, interest, dividends, etc. Endowment funds. This is that we have added to the same section actually. it can endowment funds. It can be individual or group, and the endowment fund can be created in the memory of or honoring someone. The duration and minimum amount of the funds will be revised once in 3 years. The donors can suggest the initiative, criteria, and rules from their end. However, the executive committee will have the right to make the final decision. This is all related to the funds. So,
primarily to get regular sanction for 80G and 12H. We are trying to meet the legal requirement.
yeah, so someone, if you can, like say, yes sir, Kamesh sir, and G. Rajesh. GS sir. So I should make a note. I'll just go ahead with this. This again, benefits of the society. The benefits of the society shall be open to all, irrespective of the caste, creed, or religion, but dedicated towards the University of UVCEGA College of Engineering alumni, students, and faculty. So this is, like say, what was suggested, and we have just added that UVCE part there. It was a generic statement. We just added the content there.
No, sir, open to all means even non-UVCE people also.
No, sir, we are removing that.
Open to all UVCE dedicated. Dedicated is okay. Compulsorily there should be the member of the UVCE. GA now. The benefit should go only to them. It cannot be pro.
Not UGA.
Not only for members, sir. Students can never be members. Open to all associated with.
ಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ UVC ಗ್ರಾಜುಯೇಟ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಗ್ರಾಜುಯೇಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ UVCE. ಆ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ನ ಆದರೆ
But students can be educated from the society. Shall be open to all.
What, sir?
ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಸರ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಮೆಂಬರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
So we will just see at the word how to reword that, and we will do it. So one last thing that is there, the last point, and because this is something that we had, like say, a discussion 2 years back, and this is something that is finally approved. So this is something very important. So I just request all of you to have a look at it. The new section addition that we have added is the 14 subcommittees one. 14.1 Vision UVC subcommittee. Vision UVC being under the umbrella of UVCEGA will focus the entire effort to build a strong organization. It will be the official communication channel for UVCEGA and be responsible for the student and alumni interaction and initiatives. This subcommittee is allowed to retain the Vision UVC logo and plan its yearly activities within the scope defined. The subcommittee will have 7 members in total. To begin with, the trustees of Vision UVC will become the members of the Vision UVC subcommittee by default. Along with this, 4 new people will be nominated by the UVCEGA executive committee. In the future, the subcommittee will be authorized to decide on the term, scope, and the removal addition of the new members internally with the executive committee's approval. The continuation of that is the executive committee should co-opt 1 member from the Vision UVC subcommittee to function in the executive committee. A minimum of 10% is what we have put it here. We will reduce it. That is what was mentioned earlier. Above the of the yearly budget will be allocated towards the Vision UVC subcommittee activities. So this is specifically for like say merging the Vision UVC Trust, what was there as earlier, to be brought completely under the UVCEGA. This is what is being done. In the same continuation, we have one more point mentioned also, other subcommittees. The executive committee has the rights to form the subcommittees based on the requirement. At least one executive committee member will be the part of the subcommittee. Any report or decision by any subcommittee has to be submitted and approved by the executive committee. So we like say we have discussed about this I think multiple times about the Vision UVC thing. We definitely wanted to like say go ahead with this one and make sure that there will be one strong alumni group. That is what is the whole point of this. So I request if there is any like say queries or anything you can, but otherwise I request one person to.
Trademark brand name you are getting the correct.
Yes sir.
There is nobody has any.
No sir, nothing.
Very important. After about somebody will start complaining.
No, that was also a registered one, like our thing is registered.
Yes.
Someone else cannot, this is a great name, because if you go to the registrar of society, if you just are a man, you will name.
So someone for the.
I propose it. Propose the resolution to that after.
Yes, the last one is the dissolution of the society. This is again added as per the IT department requirement. In the event of dissolution or winding up the society, the assets remaining as on the date of dissolution shall under no circumstances be distributed among the members or to the members of the managing committee, but the same shall be transferred to another trust/society whose objects are similar to those of this society and which enjoys the recognition under ATG, the Income Tax Act 1961, as amended from time to time.
I hope you people have understood. Please to ensure that in case if we wind up the this UVCEGA Graduates Association, we cannot distribute it to the members, that money. It can only be transferred to another organization to continue similar activities.
Same as this.
Yes, condition. If you want to get this ADG and this thing probably, under all the conditions which we are trying to fulfill.
So,
for any reason, the association is dissolved. So the amount cannot be relaxed there. Give it away to.
so someone to
Contributed to the noble cause.
Sir, it's someone.
Any other point that you want, we have finished all the agenda points.
Sir, if you can just.
So all of you must have been happy. Yes.
You have been telling that there should be one association for alumni. Now, individual level is about our association. What is the roadmap for having one association?
We have closed the AGM proceedings. Let me answer your question. Now, intention was never have more than one association. Now, the Vision UVCE and our this thing is already managed, as you have seen. So the only other thing is, why did we open this UVCEGA Graduates Association when there is already an alumni association? Now, this whole thing is, we have explained several times, it was only after 2018 we conducted this Bayana program, celebrating centenary year. No one was doing it. College did not do anything. And Alumni Association did not do anything. Though we approached them. UVCE Foundation did not do anything. So with this background, finally, that we undertook, we were not any association that time. Few of us, we got together and we organized the final program of 2 days in 2018. It is after that, Dr. Atre, when we made together every one of us, all the alumni, then it was discussed the problem, what is happening around the alumni association. No, whatever has been is not a part of the proceedings because no activity was taking place in the alumni association and they were not letting people who want to represent the association to do some work. He suggested you better form some other association now so that a platform is provided to all the alumni to do something for the college. We will bring this back and we also committed that in case at any stage alumni association is willing to hold elections if they have not held the last 25 years and the existing president is continuing. We have no problem. If they are prepared to hold elections and proper democratically, they are prepared to run things. We will merge with them. We don't want to take any. We don't want to. UVCE Foundation is a trust. They are not interested in getting involved. Belongs only from 4-5 people. They are only running. They are sitting abroad. Almost funds are being laid. They, when they are doing a good job, we will leave them. They don't want to be involved in things. So intention is not that we only have several. Intention is the Alumni Association is prepared to hold an election. Once it takes that, we have to make much with them. No problem. We don't want to be separate. Purpose of opening this association now was there is no track forward, no action is taken. That is very good. At any stage, Alumni Association, what the point?
Sir, just one thing to clarify is anything related to apart from the UVCE Graduates Association is not part of the proceedings or anything. And we also wanted to make sure that, like say, it's noted to everyone that you understand that whatever the activities and etc. they are doing, it's only related to the Graduates Association as such. So we just want to make clear of that. Anything apart. So what we will do right now is, I know it's already 1:40, so we will have to wrap it up. I request Ravi sir to quickly, like say, have a vote of thanks and one photo before we go further.
Good afternoon to all of you. I thank one and all for having come here and attended the special general body and special general body. My sincere thanks to Satish and Major sir and my colleagues Ramesh and others. So our next program is we will have a group photo in the front of the association building. When the lunch is organized in the dining hall, then I will go there and have your lunch. Thank you once again. Thank you for your kind cooperation.